Before I jump into this video, I want to ask this amazing community, how many of you were already aware that Lagos State was taking Nigerians and other defaulters to court for not taking their arrival COVID tests? If you were aware of this news, do let me know how you found out, and if this is complete news to you, also let me know in the comment section below. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you details of how Nigeria is punishing those who refuse to take their on-arrival COVID test, and what you should do if you get a message asking you to come to court. So before I dive in, if it's your first time seeing my face, my name is Sassy Funke and I'm a Nigerian travel and lifestyle content creator, really creating to help Nigerian travelers navigate travel better and smarter, especially in this age of uncertainty in travel. Don't forget to hit that big subscribe button. The aim, by June, I know it's a big aim, is to get to 100,000 subscribers. So by clicking that red subscribe button, you join an incredible community, and yes, we achieve that milestone together, right? Also give this video a huge thumbs up if you're new. So first of all, I personally never knew anything about this mobile court, I have to say, until I stumbled upon an article that Nairametrics website actually shared. And I'm going to share exactly what that article that I saw states, right? Bear with me here. Right, so this article, I'm going to pop it up so you guys can see it, maybe right there. It states, Lagos identifies 6,500 inbound travelers suspected to have flouted the COVID-19 protocol. This article was shared sometime in December. The Lagos State government says it has identified and started communicating with about 6,500 inbound international passengers who are suspected to have disobeyed the COVID-19 travel guidelines. Right? This disclosure is contained in a statement signed by the Lagos State Commissioner for Health, Professor Akim Abayomi, on Friday, where he said that the government, is determined to stop this alarming trend of defaulters whose action were responsible for the previous waves of the pandemic in the state. Right? So it states what the Lagos State Commissioner of Health is saying. The statement from Abayomi partly reads, "We have commenced communicating with the 6,500 people passengers who are suspected of not being compliant with the COVID-19 guidelines established to protect the community, lives, and our economy." The Lagos State government revealed that it had activated a mobile court, for defaulters of the mandatory COVID testing for arriving travelers, peddlers of fake certificates, and persons refusing to isolate on arrival in the country. So this mobile court that they brought about in December, it's people that don't do their tests, people carrying fake certificates, and people refusing to isolate, right? The commissioner said that the move is part of efforts to halt the alarming trend of defaulters whose actions were responsible for previous increasing waves of the pandemic in Lagos State. He said in response to the civil disobedience of our citizens, on the 14th of December, Lagos State publicly announced the activation of the mobile court for defaulters of mandatory COVID testing for arriving travelers, peddlers of fake certificates, and persons refusing to isolate, The announcement and activation of the prosecution of defaulters by mobile courts resulted in a sudden trend in travelers complying with the requisite day 2 and day 7 testing, isolation protocols, and other guidelines, causing an almost doubling of our testing volumes per day. This is a very encouraging development. The more tests, the better we can prevent community transmission. Essentially, what they're saying here is that when they actually announced this sort of mobile, they're taking you to court, people started complying, I've always said this: if you want people to do things, I don't think Nigeria is a lawless country. I think Nigeria is a country where there's no accountability, There is no repercussions for bad behavior. That's why people continue to do bad behavior. If in the West, there were no repercussions for not doing certain things, there'll be, people will behave the same way, I believe anyway, or somewhat close to. It goes on to say this: many more positive inbound travelers were identified and many more observed the isolation protocols, resulting in better control of importation and spread into and within the community. So that was pretty much, okay, so it goes on to say, as a government, we're determined to halt the alarming trend of defaulters and whatnot, right? So yeah, I'm not going to go deep into more of the article, but that's the point. The point is that this mobile court thing is a thing. I never knew it was a thing until I saw this article. They said they announced it. Where did they announce it? And see, I think this is some of the problems with Nigeria. Is like, you announce all these things. Where? Right? They need to have an official government site, and they need to have like better social media, platforms whereby they're pushing. Everyone knows that you go on here and to get the information. So interestingly enough, a Travel to Nigeria community member actually shared a particular text that their friend received. And they said, oh my God, like, please, community, is this thing a scam? I'm going to read specifically what that text says. Well, the person said, hi, T2N Travel to Nigeria fam. I hope you all had a great holiday. Please, my friend got this message. Hello, you did not do the day 2 test upon arrival in Nigeria. If so, call to schedule appearance at the LASG COVID-19 mobile court in Bolade Oshodi within 72 hours. Else, your Nigerian passport will be deactivated for 1 year. If tested, send to covid19carterbreaks.com.ng. The person then goes to say, does anyone know what to do about it? They said the test date was 25th, hence why they didn't get it done. Right. I understood why this person felt that this text message could possibly be a scam, right? But if you receive this text or anything of this form, it's actually not a scam. You should ensure, even if you've done your test and this was sent in error, to definitely send your results, right, to this particular email address, because you don't want a situation whereby you basically like you go to the airport and you find that your passport has been deactivated, right? So please ensure to follow whatever action or whatever prompt the government asks you if you receive a text like this. Now to some of the comments that the Travel to Nigeria community had with regard to when we actually shared a particular post. And I'll tell you what we shared. We shared a particular screenshot that someone posted on Snapchat, and the person was actually in a court. The person said, attention abroad returnees, I pleaded guilty and I was fined. If you plead not guilty, your case will be adjourned. Moral lesson, do your day 2 COVID test when you return. Right? So we posted this and we said, Nigeria is not playing games with those that refuse to do their COVID test. Please do it since you've already paid, right? So I'm not going to share some of the comments that people have shared with that. I think it's actually very, very important. Funke_fam said this. I was in court yesterday as well, and my case was heard. If you plead not guilty, your case will be adjourned for a few weeks. That you might even miss your flight, right? So they adjourn your case. So yes, it's actually a smart strategy on the Lagos state government's part. Heard a couple of people that were turned back from the airport because their passport had been blacklisted. Another person was there on behalf of his sister, right, that had left, and the message came in, so he had to come and pay so the sister can use the passport to come back, right? The court is real. Do your day 2 test, right? So it was even saying that some people literally were, they even came to do it on behalf of someone that's already used the passport, because they don't want a situation whereby that passport is blacklisted when they try and come into the country or when they try and leave to come into the country, right? We went on to ask, how much was this fine? And Funke_fam said it's actually, the fine is 250,000 naira, yeah, but then they reduced it to 100,000. Right? And she even mentioned that there were about 200 people yesterday in court. Right? So guys, this is absolutely serious. Serious. Yes. So let me see if there's any other comments that might be interesting for you. Someone is Tuwo Shin Kafa left a comment. Why do people choose to flout rules at home but obey the same rules abroad? Right? As I said, I think I said it before, right? That when there are no, I guess there's an element of, intrinsically sometimes Nigerians, we're just lazy in terms of like we're used to, I think maybe, as I said before, there's no repercussions for bad behavior, and we're used to that in some aspects of life, whether it's like breaking traffic rules or whatnot. So it's like, I've already paid the money. But honestly, I guess for me, the point of this is to sort of like educate and enlighten you guys that, you know, it's not worth not doing these tests, especially when you've already paid the money for the test. Like, go and get the test done. Key to note, your day 2 test is the day after you arrive, right? So the next day after you arrive, day 1 is the day you arrive, and day 2 is the day you arrive. So definitely make sure you do that. And day 7 is the 6th day after you arrive, right? Whilst, you know, given the fact that day 1 is the day you arrive. So just count 7 days from the day you arrive, right? So I think that's really, really key. I know some people ask questions around, oh, is there a certain lead time with regard to before they start like, before they start blacklisting your passport? Is there a certain time, or before they call you to court? You know, I would advise you, like, you know, to get it done as soon as possible, because who knows, they might change the rules for when they start flagging it and not communicate it, right? So the best thing is for you to actually get the test done when it's meant to be done. I really hope you guys have found this information useful. Like, if you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe and be a part of an awesome community. And also don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed the information. And if you have specific stories with regard to you going to court yourself, or getting this text messages, or the experiences of those around you with regard to mobile court, please feel free to share these experiences in the comment section below. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a comment. Just say, Sassy, I don't like court. Yeah, Sassy, I don't like court. I'm looking forward to engaging with you guys in the comment section. Like, have a lovely day, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.